Hello there, and welcome to this sleepy science zone. Tonight, as you rest, we're going to explore one of the most fascinating truths about the human body. You can build muscle and lose fat at the same time, and the process becomes even more powerful when you understand the calm, precise science behind it. Before we drift deeper, let your mind settle on this simple hook. Your body is transforming every night, even when you don't feel it. In the next few minutes, you'll understand why your muscles grow while you sleep, how fat cells release stored energy when you're relaxed, and why the quiet hours of the night are biologically engineered for healing and recomposition. So take a slow breath, feeling your ribs gently expand, because your healing journey is beginning right now. The first thing to know is that your body is a dynamic system, constantly balancing between building and breaking down tissue. Muscle growth doesn't happen when you lift weights. That's when you create microscopic damage. The real construction begins afterward, especially as your nervous system shifts into a parasympathetic state, the rest and repair mode. Studies in exercise physiology repeatedly show that muscle protein synthesis peaks during sleep, particularly in the first half of the night when slow-wave sleep dominates. This is when growth hormone rises, when cellular repair accelerates, and when your muscles quietly absorb amino acids like a sponge repairing its fibers. Imagine tiny molecular machines inside your muscle cells, ribosomes, assembling strands of new protein piece by piece, rebuilding the tissue you stressed earlier in the day. They work slowly, steadily, silently, adding new layers of strength. At the same time, fat loss follows a different yet beautifully complementary pathway. Fat cells, adipocytes, store energy in the form of triglycerides, and they are constantly monitoring your hormonal environment. When insulin levels drop, especially during prolonged periods without eating, the body becomes more willing to break down fat for energy. This is why the overnight fast is such a powerful window for recomposition. As you fall asleep, insulin decreases, cortisol stabilizes, and your sympathetic nervous system quiets. In this peaceful state, hormone-sensitive lipase becomes more active, triggering lipolysis, the release of fatty acids into the bloodstream. These drifting molecules travel to your muscles and mitochondria to be burned as fuel, even while you sleep. Building muscle and losing fat is not magic. It is timing, biology, and consistency woven together. The science shows that when protein intake is high, between 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight, your body becomes more efficient at repairing muscle while protecting lean tissue during fat loss. Protein also has the highest thermic effect of all macronutrients, meaning your body burns more calories digesting it compared to fats or carbs. And when you spread protein across the day, especially with a slow-digesting source like casein before bed, your muscles receive a steady stream of amino acids for hours, preventing overnight breakdown. Now take another gentle breath, deeper this time. Feel your shoulders settle. Your entire physiology is shifting toward healing. The gym may stimulate growth, but the night completes it. Tonight, your cells are listening, rebuilding, releasing, repairing. Transformation doesn't require force. It only requires understanding. And now, you understand the beginning. As you settle a little deeper into your pillow, let your breath soften, because tonight we're going to wander into the inner landscape of your muscles. A place that comes alive, not when you're lifting weights, but when you're resting exactly like this. Most people imagine muscle growth as something loud and intense, born from heavy iron and hard effort, yet the true magic happens in silence. In these quiet moments, your cells activate a sophisticated communication network that determines whether you grow stronger, maintain your current state, or slowly lose tissue over time. The first thing to understand is that every rep you perform in the gym is merely a signal. When you challenge a muscle, sensors embedded in the fibers detect mechanical tension. This is one of the most powerful triggers for anabolic signaling. These sensors activate a pathway called mTOR, often described in academic literature as the master regulator of muscle growth. But here's the calming truth your body whispers each night. mTOR doesn't do its best work under stress. It prefers the calm, oxygen-rich, parasympathetic conditions that accompany deep breathing and restful sleep. Right now, as your heart rate begins to settle, your mTOR activity is gently rising, especially if you consumed enough protein today. That combination, protein intake plus mechanical tension plus rest, is a biological symphony guiding your body toward growth. But the signal doesn't stop there. After resistance training, your muscle fibers develop microscopic disruptions, tiny tears that aren't harmful, but instead serve as the message telling your body exactly where to rebuild. Immune cells migrate toward the damaged fibers, releasing anti-inflammatory signals and growth factors that awaken satellite cells. These satellite cells are one of the most beautiful components of muscle physiology. They sit quietly around your muscle fibers, like dormant guardians, waiting for the right conditions to activate. And when they do, they fuse with your existing muscle fibers, donating their nuclei. More nuclei mean greater capacity to produce protein, and greater capacity to produce protein means greater potential for muscle growth. All of this is happening while you rest. Feel the weight of your body sinking slightly deeper into the mattress as you picture those small, quiet workers repairing you from the inside. It's important to understand that muscle growth doesn't happen instantly. Studies show that protein synthesis remains elevated for up to 24 or 48 hours after a workout, especially in trained individuals. This means the food you ate earlier today, and even the nutrients you'll eat tomorrow, continue feeding this process long after your workout ends. Meanwhile, the conditions that favor muscle growth also support fat loss. When your nervous system shifts into a parasympathetic state, your cortisol drops, allowing your metabolism to stabilize. Fat cells release energy more easily when your body is calm. You are not failing when you rest. You are optimizing. Many people chase transformation with intensity, but the science shows that recovery, deep, intentional, rhythmic recovery, is where breakthroughs happen. Tonight, your muscles are receiving signals from every rep, every meal, every breath you've taken today. They are reading those signals carefully, deciding how to rebuild you for tomorrow. This gentle biology is in motion right now, quiet, peaceful, perfectly timed. Nothing in your body is working against you. It is all aligning, slowly, cell by cell, breath by breath. Your body is guided by rhythms, soft, repeating waves of chemical signals that rise and fall throughout the day, telling your cells when to store energy when to burn it, when to build muscle, and when to rest. As you breathe slowly now, letting your chest rise and fall like a calm tide, those rhythms are shifting into their most peaceful state, the nighttime healing phase. Most people think transformation happens in the gym or during their busiest hours. But physiologically, the body changes most profoundly when everything becomes quiet. One of the most important rhythms involved in building muscle and losing fat is the daily dance of insulin. After meals, insulin rises, helping store nutrients, glucose, amino acids, fatty acids, into cells. But when you sleep, especially if you haven't eaten for a few hours, insulin gradually falls. This drop is essential. Low insulin allows your body to access stored fat and mobilize it for energy, a process called lipolysis. Hormone-sensitive lipase becomes more active, gently breaking down triglycerides and releasing fatty acids into the bloodstream, where they drift to your muscles to be burned. At the same time, another hormone rises, growth hormone. It increases dramatically during the first deep sleep cycle, sometimes 5 to 10 times higher than daytime levels. Growth hormone promotes fat oxidation, enhances tissue repair, and works hand in hand with IGF-1 to support muscle recovery. As you rest, growth hormone moves through your bloodstream like a quiet repair signal, guiding nutrients toward damaged fibers and encouraging your cells to begin rebuilding. Cortisol, a hormone often blamed for stress and fat gain, also follows a natural rhythm. It drops at night, making it easier for your body to enter fat-burning and muscle-repairing states. When cortisol is low, your nervous system becomes more parasympathetic, meaning your heart rate slows, digestion improves, and your muscles receive more blood flow. This calm internal state is ideal for recomposition. Another key player is testosterone, which supports muscle protein synthesis and enhances fat metabolism. Testosterone levels naturally peak in the early morning, but they depend heavily on sleep quality. Research shows that even 1 week of restricted sleep can reduce testosterone significantly, slowing muscle growth and increasing fat retention. By sleeping deeply, exactly what you are preparing your body to do now, you restore the hormonal environment that helps you grow stronger. All of these hormones, insulin, growth hormone, cortisol, testosterone, form a beautiful synchronized rhythm that guides your physical transformation. When you align your habits with these rhythms, eating enough protein, spacing meals properly, training intelligently, sleeping deeply, you make recomposition not just possible, but efficient. Building muscle and losing fat is not a fight. It is a biological negotiation, a quiet collaboration between signals, nutrients, and rest. And right now, as your breath softens, your body is preparing itself for another night of healing, orchestrated by the hormones that have shaped human physiology for thousands of years. Transformation is not loud. It is slow, cyclical, and rhythmic. And those rhythms are already working in your favor. As the night deepens and your thoughts drift like soft waves, imagine the food you ate today breaking down into tiny, glowing particles, amino acids moving gently through your bloodstream. These particles are the building blocks of muscle, and they form one of the most important parts of your recomposition journey. Protein is not just a number in your macro tracker, it is a biological message. When amino acids reach your muscle cells, They activate a complex signaling pathway involving mTOR, stimulating protein synthesis. This is the process through which your body repairs and strengthens muscle fibers. Every rep you performed earlier created microtears, controlled disruptions that your body interprets as a signal to rebuild better than before. These tiny tears are not injuries. They are invitations for growth. When amino acids arrive at damaged fibers, satellite cells, dormant muscle stem cells, wake up. They move toward the damaged area, fuse with existing fibers, and donate their nuclei, giving the muscle more DNA to support higher protein production. This is one of the core biological mechanisms behind muscle hypertrophy. But the timing of protein matters too. Research shows that spreading protein evenly across meals, aiming for 25 to 45 grams per meal in most adults, maximizes muscle protein synthesis. And a slow-digesting protein before bed, such as casein, provides a steady stream of amino acids throughout the night. As you sleep, your stomach slowly releases these amino acids, allowing your muscles to remain in a net anabolic state for hours. Meanwhile, your metabolism shifts subtly. Because protein has a high thermic effect, meaning it takes more energy for your body to digest and process, you burn more calories simply by consuming it. This helps create the caloric balance needed for fat loss while still supporting muscle repair. Protein also increases satiety, stabilizes blood sugar, and reduces cravings, making it easier to maintain consistency over long periods. Consistency, not intensity, is what reshapes your body. Imagine now your muscle fibers soaking in amino acids like dry earth absorbing rain. The fibers thicken, the connections strengthen, the tissue becomes more resilient, all while your conscious mind rests. This process is gentle, steady, and deeply aligned with your biology. Muscle is not built in the gym. It is built in moments like this, in the dark, when your body's healing machinery is operating at full power. The amino acids drifting through your bloodstream tonight are not just nutrients. They are signals of renewal. They tell your muscles, you are safe, you can rebuild, you are ready for tomorrow. As your body drifts deeper into calm, a quiet transformation begins, one that doesn't require willpower, movement, or intensity. It begins with a simple biological switch. When you stop eating for a few hours and your insulin drops, your metabolism shifts from storing energy to releasing it. This shift is the cornerstone of fat loss, and it becomes most powerful at night, when your body enters long, uninterrupted hours without food. Inside each fat cell lies stored energy in the form of triglycerides, tiny bundles of fatty acids waiting for the right hormonal signal. When insulin is low, hormone-sensitive lipase awakens, gently breaking triglycerides apart and releasing fatty acids into your bloodstream. These fatty acids float through the night, carried to your muscles, liver, and mitochondria, where they are burned for fuel. What makes this process even more effective during sleep is the reduction of cortisol. Cortisol, when elevated, encourages fat storage and increases appetite. But as you relax, breathe slowly, and fall into deeper stages of sleep, cortisol naturally falls. This creates an environment where fat burning is not only possible, it is favored. Your nervous system, previously alert during the day, shifts into parasympathetic dominance. Heart rate slows, blood flow redistributes. Your digestive system quiets. In this softened physiological state, your body is no longer focused on reacting to the world. It is focused on internal housekeeping. This includes burning stored energy. Research shows that individuals with consistent sleep cycles have better insulin sensitivity, more stable blood glucose, and healthier hunger hormones. Ghrelin, the hormone that triggers hunger, decreases with adequate sleep, while leptin, the hormone that signals fullness, becomes more stable. This balance reduces cravings the next day and helps maintain the caloric balance needed for fat loss. But fat loss isn't just about burning energy. It's about protecting the muscle beneath. During sleep, your body ramps up mitochondrial activity, especially when you've fueled yourself well during the day. Mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses inside your cells, burn fatty acids more efficiently in low-stress states. The calmer you are, the more your mitochondria can do their work. Deep sleep also enhances adiponectin, a hormone released by fat cells that increases fat oxidation and improves metabolic flexibility. Think of adiponectin as a gentle guide, helping your body choose stored fat more readily as fuel. As your breath continues in its slow, rhythmic pattern, imagine millions of fatty acids being released like soft sparks, drifting through your bloodstream, carried into cells that quietly convert them to energy. No force, no pressure, only biology doing what it is designed to do. While most people chase fat loss with intensity, the truth is that your quietest hours are your most powerful fat-burning window. Tonight, your metabolism is switching gears, not through effort, but through the calm that surrounds you. The night is long, your hormones are aligned, and your physiology is ready to let go of what it no longer needs. You are healing, even in stillness. As you sink deeper into comfort, it may surprise you to learn that carbohydrates, often misunderstood and blamed for weight gain, play a crucial and healing role in building muscle and losing fat. In fact, the right timing and type of carbohydrates can shift your body toward a more anabolic, performance-ready state. Carbohydrates are stored in your muscles and liver as glycogen, a readily available energy source. During exercise, especially resistance training, glycogen is the primary fuel your muscles rely on. When your glycogen stores run low, performance drops, fatigue rises, and your body begins to break down amino acids for energy. This is why strategic carbohydrate intake enhances muscle growth. When you eat carbs before training, insulin rises gently, helping shuttle glucose into the muscle. This increases glycogen availability and boosts your ability to lift heavier, perform more reps, and maintain intensity. Performance is a key driver of hypertrophy. The more effectively you can train, the stronger the growth signal becomes. But carbohydrates have another role. They lower cortisol. High-intensity training spikes cortisol naturally. Consuming carbohydrates afterward helps reduce cortisol levels and restore hormonal balance. Lower cortisol allows for better recovery, more stable appetite, and improved fat metabolism. This makes carbs indirectly helpful for fat loss. Another fascinating part of carbohydrate science involves intestinal transporters. Glucose and fructose use different transport channels in the gut, meaning combining sources, like bread with fruit, improves total carbohydrate absorption. This is why meals that pair starches and fruits are so effective for pre-workout fueling and intra-workout performance. But the timing doesn't end at training. Carbohydrates at night can increase serotonin production, which then converts to melatonin, helping improve sleep quality. Better sleep leads to better hormonal balance, better recovery, and better fat metabolism. Carbs aren't working against you. They're working with your physiology. As your body enters a deeper state of relaxation, imagine your muscles replenishing their glycogen stores, storing small packets of energy that will fuel your next session. Each grain of glycogen is like a tiny lantern, waiting to ignite during your next workout, giving you the strength to stimulate new muscle fibers. And with your stress hormones falling throughout the night, your body remains in an environment that supports both recovery and fat loss. Carbohydrates, when timed correctly, become a healing tool for recomposition, not a threat. Tonight, your body isn't worried about restriction or deprivation. It is simply using what you've given it. Calm, steady, scientifically aligned nourishment. Let your breath settle into an even slower rhythm as your biology continues its quiet work. You are fueling tomorrow's strength and tonight's healing all at once. As your breath settles into a calm, steady rhythm, imagine your day not as a series of meals, but as a quiet flow of signals. Moments when you gently guide your body toward healing, recovery, and transformation. Meal timing is one of the most underrated tools in building muscle and losing fat. And yet, it is beautifully simple once you understand the science. Your body does not treat every calorie the same. It responds to when you eat just as much as what you eat. In the peaceful stillness of the night, your metabolism reflects the choices you made earlier, slowly unpacking them, turning them into strength or stored energy. One of the strongest signals you can give your body is your pre-workout meal. Research shows that consuming a blend of carbohydrates and protein 60 to 90 minutes before training significantly increases training volume, performance, and muscle protein synthesis. The carbs replenish glycogen, while the protein provides amino acids that begin circulating during your workout. This combination creates a heightened anabolic environment even before the first rep. Imagine your muscles receiving that early signal, nutrients arriving like a warm breeze, preparing your fibers for the work ahead. After training, your body is more sensitive to nutrients, though the window is much wider than once believed. Rather than a strict 30-minute anabolic window, studies now suggest a 4 to 5 hour window between pre- and post-workout meals is enough to maximize protein synthesis. Still, giving your body protein after training is beneficial, not because you must rush, but because your muscles are primed to use it. The timing helps, but it is the total daily intake that matters most. Throughout the day, distributing protein evenly, 25 to 45 grams per meal, creates multiple peaks of muscle protein synthesis, each one reinforcing your progress. It's like sending repeated reminders to your body. Rebuild here, strengthen this, repair that. Carbohydrates also follow a rhythm. Placing more of them around training supports energy output and reduces fatigue. Saving some for the later evening improves serotonin release, enhancing sleep quality and recovery. Fat intake, on the other hand, is best kept moderate around workouts, as high fat can slow digestion and reduce carb availability during training. But later in the day, fats support satiety, stabilize hormones, and prevent nighttime hunger. As your eyes grow heavier, Picture your day flowing across your body like a timeline of signals. The pre-workout meal, igniting energy. The post-workout meal, repairing fibers. The evening meal, restoring calm. And within this timeline is the quiet truth. Consistency is the real driver of change, not perfection, not strict rules. Consistency. Meal timing is not about limitation. It is about harmony. You are learning to guide your body, not force it. Every day you align your meals with your physiology, your body listens a little more clearly. And tonight, as your heart rate softens, it is already responding. As you drift further into a state of ease, imagine yourself stepping into a workout, not loudly or intensely, but with the same calm precision that guides this quiet moment. Intra-workout nutrition is one of the most overlooked tools for muscle building and fat loss, yet it is remarkably powerful when used correctly. The idea is simple. During longer training sessions or high-volume workouts, your muscles begin to run low on glycogen, and your blood glucose can fall. This doesn't just reduce your performance, it weakens the muscle-building stimulus. When performance drops, so does the signal for growth. This is where intra-workout carbohydrates become a healing tool. Fast-digesting carbohydrate sources, such as dextrose, highly branched cyclic dextrin, or even simple candies, enter your bloodstream quickly, providing glucose your muscles can use immediately. They act like small bursts of fuel, preventing the decline in performance that often appears near the second half of a session. Research suggests consuming around 15 to 30 grams of carbohydrates per hour for longer workouts, beginning about 30 minutes in. This isn't about sugar for pleasure. It is about maintaining a strong training signal. When your muscles perform better, they generate more mechanical tension, leading to greater activation of mTOR, satellite cells, and other growth pathways. Intra-workout carbs also help maintain blood glucose, reducing cortisol spikes that typically appear near the end of intense training. Lower cortisol means better recovery, better mood, and better fat mobilization afterwards. This is why people who fuel their training intelligently often experience faster recomposition. They maintain intensity while avoiding excessive stress. Another subtle but important factor involves gut absorption. Glucose and fructose use different transporters, meaning combining sources, such as starch plus fruit, allows you to absorb more total carbohydrate without digestive discomfort. Athletes often pair bread or rice cakes with fruit juice or gummies for this reason. Picture for a moment your muscles working smoothly through each rep, fueled by a steady drip of energy, never crashing, never fading. This is what intra-workout nutrition provides: continuity. And continuity strengthens the growth signal. After the session, your mitochondria are primed to burn fat as fuel, especially when stress is low. Because you sustained your energy during training, your body doesn't rebound with intense hunger or cravings. This stabilizes appetite, reduces overeating, and helps maintain a caloric environment favorable for fat loss. As your body relaxes now, imagine your muscles remembering every small moment of performance enhancement, each rep made possible by that consistent energy flow. Intra-workout nutrition isn't flashy, it isn't dramatic, but it is one of the small, science-based tools that separates slow progress from smooth, predictable transformation. Your body thrives on steady signals. And tonight, it is ready to convert today's signals into tomorrow's strength. As your body drifts deeper into rest, imagine the final moments of your workout fading into the background. The last rep, the last breath, the last strain of effort slowly dissolving into calm. This is where the true transformation begins. The period after training, especially the hours leading into sleep, shapes your recomposition more powerfully than any single exercise. Post-workout nutrition has long been misunderstood. Early fitness culture spoke of a rigid 30-minute anabolic window, but modern research paints a more comforting picture. Instead of a narrow window, the real guidance is broader and gentler. Aim for your pre- and post-workout meals to be spaced no more than 4 to 5 hours apart. This ensures your muscles receive a steady flow of amino acids at a time when they are especially sensitive to repair. When you finish training, your muscle fibers are disrupted in microscopic ways. These tiny tears send a biological message: repair me, strengthen me. This message activates a cascade of signals, growth factors, immune cells, satellite cells, that begin organizing the repair process. But they need raw materials, amino acids from protein. A moderate amount of protein after training increases muscle protein synthesis and accelerates recovery. But what makes this period truly special is how it prepares your body for the deeper recovery that happens while you sleep. If your workout ends in the afternoon or evening, your post-workout meal becomes the foundation for nighttime healing. Protein elevates amino acid availability. Carbohydrates replenish a portion of glycogen and help lower cortisol. When cortisol drops, your nervous system begins transitioning toward parasympathetic dominance, the calm, restorative state ideal for sleep. As you lie in bed now, your body is quietly continuing this transition. Growth hormone, which spikes during the first half of sleep, begins its nightly rise. This hormone promotes tissue repair, enhances fat oxidation, and supports immune function. Inside your muscle cells, the machinery of protein synthesis, ribosomes assembling new strands of contractile proteins, runs more efficiently when nutrient intake has been steady throughout the day. Even your mitochondria respond to this state. After training, they increase their biogenesis, the creation of new mitochondria, and become more efficient in burning fatty acids. Meanwhile, fat cells respond to lowered insulin and steady nighttime respiration by releasing stored triglycerides. These travel to your muscles and liver, where they are quietly converted into energy. You are burning fat more effectively now because you have set the conditions correctly: nutrient timing, stable hormones, and deep rest. As your breathing slows, imagine the fibers you stressed earlier being gently rewoven, strand by strand. Your muscles are not growing through force, they are growing through recovery. Fat loss is not happening through deprivation. It is happening through hormonal alignment. And all of this is unfolding right now. In the quiet of your sleep-bound physiology, you are healing. You are rebuilding. You are transforming. As the night deepens and the world grows hushed, your body enters one of its most remarkable states, the overnight anabolic window. This period is not driven by effort or intensity, but by nourishment, timing, and the biological intelligence of your cells. One of the most powerful tools for maximizing this window is slow digesting protein, especially casein. Casein is unique among proteins. When consumed before sleep, it forms a soft, gel-like structure in the stomach, allowing amino acids to be released into the bloodstream gradually over 6 to 8 hours. This steady supply of amino acids prevents muscle protein breakdown and supports continuous repair throughout the night. In a 2016 study published in the Journal of Nutrition, researchers found that pre-sleep casein significantly increased overnight muscle protein synthesis, especially when paired with evening resistance training. This means your body is rebuilding muscle long after you fall asleep. Imagine, as you lie here now, your stomach slowly delivering nutrients into your bloodstream, like a quiet drip of fuel keeping your muscles fed until morning. Protein isn't the only nighttime ally. As sleep deepens, growth hormone peaks, enhancing amino acid uptake and stimulating tissue repair. Your body's sympathetic activity falls, making room for parasympathetic healing. Blood pressure drops, heart rate lowers, and your environment becomes ideal for rebuilding muscle fibers damaged earlier in the day. At the same time, fat metabolism increases. With insulin at its lowest point of the 24-hour cycle and catecholamines reduced, your body shifts its energy preference toward fatty acids. Your mitochondria, energized by the training you performed earlier, take in these fatty acids and oxidize them quietly, producing the fuel your cells need for overnight repair. This dual action, muscle repair and fat mobilization, makes sleep the most powerful recomposition tool you possess. But it works best when your habits support it. A balanced dinner rich in protein and fiber, a pre-sleep casein source like cottage cheese or Greek yogurt, a steady intake of protein throughout the day. These habits fill your bloodstream with the right signals. Repair, maintain, rebuild. As your eyelids grow heavier, imagine tiny rivers of amino acids flowing through your bloodstream, arriving at the exact fibers needing repair. Visualize mitochondria glowing softly as they burn fatty acids for energy. Hear your breath guiding this entire symphony, slow and rhythmic. Overnight, your body becomes a workshop of healing. Muscle fibers thicken, fat stores lighten, hormones stabilize, and you do not need to do anything but rest. Your transformation continues in the quiet. As your body sinks deeper into stillness, imagine millions of tiny power stations inside your cells, softly glowing, quietly humming, always working. These are your mitochondria, often called the powerhouses of the cell, and they play a central role in both building muscle and losing fat. The science of recomposition is impossible to understand without them. When you train, especially with resistance or high-intensity exercise, your body sends signals to increase mitochondrial density. More mitochondria means more capacity to burn fuel, both glucose and fatty acids. This is one reason trained individuals burn more calories at rest. Their cellular engines are more abundant and more efficient. But what makes mitochondria remarkable is how they behave at night. During sleep, especially deep sleep, your body shifts toward fat oxidation. Insulin is low, cortisol is stable, and glycogen is partially restored. In this state, mitochondria pull fatty acids into their inner chamber, breaking them down to create ATP, the universal energy currency for all cellular functions. This nighttime fat oxidation is amplified when your daytime habits align with the signals your body expects. When you train intensely, you stimulate AMPK, a metabolic switch that encourages mitochondria to multiply. When you eat enough protein, you maintain lean tissue, which increases the metabolic rate of the entire system. When you sleep deeply, you create the environment for mitochondrial efficiency. As you breathe slowly now, imagine each mitochondrial chamber opening like a quiet door, pulling in fatty acids released earlier, tiny droplets of stored energy, and converting them into life-giving fuel. Muscle, meanwhile, thrives on mitochondrial support. The more mitochondria you have, the greater your endurance, the better your recovery, and the higher your work capacity. You lift more, perform more reps, stimulate more muscle fibers, and each repetition creates microscopic signals that tell your body to expand its mitochondrial network even further. Fat loss and muscle growth, seemingly opposite goals, both rely on the same cellular workers. Growth happens when your mitochondria supply enough ATP for muscle repair. Fat loss happens when your mitochondria burn stored energy efficiently. Over time, this becomes a reinforcing loop. Better training, more mitochondria, better fat utilization, improved performance, deeper recovery. And all of it continues while you sleep. As you let your eyelids grow heavier, feel the soft rhythm inside your cells. Each mitochondrion working quietly, faithfully, tirelessly. You aren't forcing change. You are supporting a system that already knows how to heal itself. Tonight, your body is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Burn what it doesn't need and rebuild what you do. As your breath slows into an even deeper rhythm, picture your muscles not as simple fibers, but as living structures. Dense, complex, adaptable. To understand how muscle truly grows, you must meet the hidden architects inside them. Satellite cells. Satellite cells are a special type of muscle stem cell. They sit just outside your muscle fibers, quietly waiting. Most of the time, they remain dormant, like builders resting at the edge of a construction site. But when you train, when you challenge your muscles with tension, stretch, or metabolic stress, these silent builders awaken. They move toward the damaged fibers, fuse with them, and donate their nuclei. Each nucleus controls a region of the muscle fiber, allowing it to produce more protein. More nuclei means more growth potential. This is one of the reasons experienced lifters can build muscle more efficiently. Their muscle fibers contain more nuclei from past training. Once a nucleus is added, it remains, even during periods of detraining. It is a form of biological memory, a structural reminder of your progress. This is why rebuilding muscle after a break often happens faster than building it the first time. At night, satellite cells work most effectively. Deep sleep elevates growth hormone and IGF-1 signaling, creating the perfect biochemical environment for muscle repair. The reduced cortisol levels allow inflammation to resolve properly, enabling satellite cells to complete their work. Imagine them now, moving quietly through your muscle tissue like gentle architects, repairing the micro tears created during training. They work slowly and carefully, extending new protein strands, reinforcing weak points, thickening the fibers that shape your strength. Protein you consumed earlier becomes raw material for their construction. Casein releases amino acids steadily to support their efforts. Even your breathing matters. Slow breath increases parasympathetic activation, improving blood flow and nutrient delivery to muscle tissue. The science is calming once you understand it. Your body is not trying to resist change. It is trying to cooperate with the signals you send. Satellite cells respond to training. They respond to nutrition. They respond to rest. And tonight, they are responding to your stillness. As your mind softens and your muscles relax, the architects are quietly doing their work. Muscle does not grow from effort alone. It grows from recovery, nourishment, and the gentle rhythm of biological repair. Tonight, that rhythm is fully alive within you. As your breath continues in its slow, steady rhythm, imagine your muscles remembering the work you did earlier today. Every rep, every contraction, every moment of tension sent a message deep into the fibers, a message that determines how strongly your body will adapt. This message is shaped by training volume, one of the most powerful predictors of muscle growth. Training volume refers to the total amount of work you perform. Sets, X reps, X weight. But beneath this simple formula lies a deeper truth. Volume controls the magnitude of the growth signal your muscles receive. When you perform challenging sets close to failure, you recruit more high-threshold motor units, the powerful fibers responsible for hypertrophy. These fibers generate stronger mechanical tension, one of the primary drivers of mTOR activation and muscle protein synthesis. Studies consistently show that performing 10-20 hard sets per muscle group per week stimulates optimal growth for most individuals. Too little volume produces a faint signal. Too much overwhelms your recovery systems. But the right amount, performed consistently, creates a strong, clear, and sustainable message that your muscles translate into growth. More importantly, volume must be distributed intelligently. Trained lifters respond best to spreading these sets across 2 or 3 sessions per week, rather than cramming everything into one high-volume workout. This supports higher intensity, better performance, and more stable muscle protein synthesis peaks throughout the week. Imagine your training volume as gentle waves, each workout creating a ripple of adaptation. When spaced correctly, these ripples reinforce each other. When bunched together, they collide and cancel out. What matters most is sending the signal clearly, not violently. As you rest now, your nervous system is unwinding from the neuromuscular stress of training. Your muscle fibers are beginning their repair cycle. Satellite cells are responding to the micro tears produced by tension. The ribosomes inside your fibers are preparing to assemble new contractile proteins. Training volume doesn't just stimulate muscle, it helps shape your metabolism. High-quality resistance training increases post-exercise oxygen consumption, elevates metabolic rate, and improves insulin sensitivity. Your body becomes more efficient at partitioning nutrients toward muscle rather than fat. And the deeper your recovery tonight, the more effectively your body interprets the training signal you sent. Visualize now the sets you performed earlier converting into biochemical cascades, tension into mTOR activation, fatigue into fiber recruitment, volume into adaptation. Nothing you did today was wasted. Every controlled contraction matters. And tonight, in the stillness of your breath, your muscles are answering the signal. As you drift further into relaxation, imagine your body as a network of electrical pathways, quiet highways of signals moving between your brain and your muscles. Before your muscle fibers grow, your nervous system must adapt. These adaptations are subtle, silent, and profoundly important. Neural adaptation is the process through which your brain improves its ability to recruit muscle fibers. During your first weeks of training, most of your strength gains come not from muscle hypertrophy, but from your nervous system becoming more coordinated, more efficient, and more confident in activating high-threshold motor units. Picture your motor cortex learning the rhythm of a squat, the coordination of a deadlift, the stabilizing sequence of an overhead press. The mind maps these movements like patterns. Every time you repeat them, the map becomes more refined. Neurons fire more synchronously. Stabilizer muscles activate at the right time. Joint angles align more efficiently. Over time, this increased neuromuscular efficiency improves force production, allowing you to lift heavier loads. And heavier loads translate into stronger signals for hypertrophy. But neural adaptation also affects fat loss. When your nervous system becomes more skilled at activating muscle fibers, your training sessions become more metabolically demanding. You burn more calories, recruit more tissue, and create a deeper stimulus for recomposition. As your eyes soften and your breath becomes even more peaceful, imagine electrical impulses traveling from your brain through the spinal cord, branching into nerves that reach every muscle you train. These impulses move like soft lightning, controlled, purposeful, and refined. Your muscles are not isolated pieces of tissue. They are parts of a system that learns, adapts, and evolves. Good sleep enhances this system. During deep sleep, the brain consolidates motor patterns, strengthening the neural pathways responsible for movement. This means that while you sleep, your nervous system is literally practicing, reinforcing the technique you use during the day. Memory is not just cognitive, it is physical. Add to this the hormonal environment of sleep. Elevated growth hormone, reduced sympathetic activity, and stable cortisol. Together, these create the perfect conditions for the nervous system to refine its connections. Think of it as your brain polishing your technique while your muscles rebuild. Neural adaptation reminds us that growth is not merely physical, it is neurological. Your transformation begins in the silent spaces between neurons, long before it appears in the mirror. Tonight, those neurons are quietly strengthening their bonds. Your body is learning, your muscles are priming for growth, and your mind is guiding the entire process with every calm, slow breath. As your eyelids grow heavier and your breathing softens into a gentle rhythm, your body begins transitioning through one of the most powerful healing systems it possesses: sleep architecture. Sleep is not a single state. It is a cycle of stages, each carrying a unique purpose in supporting muscle repair, hormonal balance, metabolic health, and fat loss. Understanding how these stages work reveals why deep rest is as essential as nutrition and training in your recomposition journey. The first stage of sleep, light non-REM sleep, acts as a bridge between wakefulness and rest. Here, your heart rate slows and your muscles begin to relax. Brain activity shifts into calmer waves, preparing your nervous system for deeper healing. Though subtle, this stage reduces sympathetic output and begins the hormonal transition into recovery. As you drift deeper, your body enters stage 2, where muscle relaxation increases and brain waves become more rhythmic. Sleep spindles, brief bursts of brain activity, play a key role in memory consolidation, including motor learning. This means your technique, breathing patterns, and neuromuscular coordination from the day's training begin stabilizing, reinforcing neural adaptations essential for strength. The most profound restoration happens in stage 3, known as slow-wave sleep, SWS, or deep sleep. This is where muscle growth is truly amplified. Growth hormone surges to its highest levels of the entire day during this stage. Growth hormone stimulates protein synthesis, enhances amino acid uptake into muscle cells, and supports tissue repair. It also promotes fat oxidation, meaning your body burns more fat during this stage than nearly any other time. Your nervous system is at its calmest, inflammation drops, and your muscle fibers receive uninterrupted repair signals. Slow-wave sleep is where your mitochondria rejuvenate, where satellite cells operate efficiently, and where your metabolism resets for the next day. After deep sleep, your body cycles into REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, where the brain becomes active again, but the body remains relaxed. REM sleep supports emotional balance, motivation, and cognitive clarity, all crucial for sustaining long-term fitness habits. Research shows that inadequate REM sleep increases cravings, disrupts leptin and ghrelin balance, and makes caloric control more difficult. Proper recomposition requires both physical and psychological alignment, and REM sleep provides that internal reset. As your body cycles between these stages multiple times throughout the night, each stage contributes to your transformation. Protein synthesis, fat oxidation, tissue repair, neural refinement, hormonal balancing, all occur across this architecture. The night is not idle. It is strategic, structured, and deeply intelligent. And the more consistent your sleep schedule, the more predictable and powerful your body becomes at using these stages to reshape you. As your breath continues in its calm rhythm, picture your body drifting gently through these stages: light sleep, deep sleep, REM, each one guiding your physiology toward healing. Every stage has its job, and tonight, each one is working in perfect harmony. As your body melts deeper into stillness, imagine stress as a distant wave, fading, quieting, drifting farther from your awareness. Stress is not the enemy, it is a signal. But chronic stress, left unchecked, can disrupt the delicate balance required for building muscle and losing fat. Understanding how cortisol works and how relaxation can reshape your biology reveals why calm moments, like the one you're in right now, are essential for recomposition. Cortisol is often misunderstood as a bad hormone, but it is necessary for survival. It increases alertness, mobilizes energy, and helps you respond to challenges. The problem occurs when cortisol stays elevated for too long. Chronic elevation reduces muscle protein synthesis, increases muscle breakdown, disrupts sleep, and encourages fat storage, especially around the abdomen. It also interferes with insulin sensitivity, making it harder for your body to shuttle nutrients into muscle rather than fat. But cortisol follows a natural rhythm called the circadian cycle. It rises gently in the morning to wake you, then slowly declines throughout the day. When everything is functioning properly, cortisol is lowest at night, right now. This low nighttime cortisol creates the ideal internal environment for muscle repair and fat mobilization. When cortisol is calm, growth hormone rises more predictably, inflammation decreases, appetite stabilizes, and your body enters a parasympathetic state, a state of physiological healing. Relaxation isn't passive, it is metabolic intelligence. Deep breathing, for example, stimulates the vagus nerve, lowering heart rate and easing your nervous system into recovery mode. Even a few minutes of slow, intentional breathing reduces sympathetic activity, allowing more blood flow to digestive organs and muscle tissue. This means nutrients are delivered more efficiently. Stress management is not just mental hygiene, it is anabolic strategy. Studies show that individuals with lower chronic stress have better training outcomes, better glucose control, improved hormonal profiles, and more stable eating patterns. They recover faster, adapt faster, and maintain calorie balance more effectively. As your breath softens, imagine cortisol gently drifting downward, like sand settling at the bottom of a quiet river. Picture your nervous system shifting, sympathetic energy fading, parasympathetic calm rising. Your muscles are receiving clearer repair signals. Your fat cells are releasing stored energy more easily. Your hormones are aligning in the exact pattern your physiology was designed for. Every slow breath you take is a message. You are safe. You can heal. In this safety, cortisol loses its urgency. Your body reroutes its resources toward regeneration, recovery, and renewal. Your transformation does not depend solely on effort. It depends on peace. This peace, right now, filling your body with the conditions needed for change. As your breathing softens into an easy, effortless rhythm, imagine every calorie you consume as a traveler entering a vast biological city. Where that traveler goes, into muscle, into liver, into fat storage, is not random. Your body makes this decision through a process called energy partitioning, a subtle and scientific method of directing nutrients where they are most needed. Understanding this process can transform the way you see muscle gain and fat loss. Energy partitioning is influenced by several factors: training, hormones, sleep quality, insulin sensitivity, stress levels, and even the timing of your meals. When you train consistently, your muscles become like active construction sites, demanding energy, signaling for nutrients, and increasing their capacity to absorb glucose and amino acids. This makes it far more likely that calories are used for repair and growth rather than stored as fat. Insulin sensitivity plays a central role. Muscles with high insulin sensitivity act like open doors, welcoming glucose inside to replenish glycogen and fuel recovery. Fat cells, on the other hand, become less eager to store energy when your body is metabolically healthy. Training improves insulin sensitivity not just during your workout, but for 48 hours after. This means the carbohydrates you eat during that window are more likely to feed your muscles than your fat cells. Protein also influences energy partitioning because protein has a high thermic effect and enhances satiety. It naturally steers your calorie balance toward a leaner, more anabolic state. A diet rich in protein supports muscle repair and slows fat storage. Sleep amplifies this effect. When you sleep deeply, growth hormone rises and cortisol stabilizes. Growth hormone promotes fat oxidation and tissue repair, shifting your energy balance toward muscle maintenance. Cortisol, when well regulated, enhances insulin sensitivity and reduces overeating behaviors. Stress disrupts this delicate balance. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, increasing hunger and reducing insulin sensitivity. This makes it easier for calories to be stored as fat. But as you rest now, you are entering the precise opposite of a stress state. Your cortisol is low. Your hormones are aligned. Your fat cells are relaxed. Your muscles are prepared to receive nutrients. In this calm internal environment, energy partitioning moves naturally toward healing. Imagine calories entering your body and traveling through your bloodstream. Instead of being deposited in storage, they flow toward your muscles, repairing fibers, replenishing glycogen, supporting mitochondrial function. Fat cells become less active, releasing energy rather than trapping it. Even your organs participate, improving metabolic function and increasing overall efficiency. The science is elegant. You aren't just burning calories, you are directing them. Every choice you make, training, sleep, nutrition, stress reduction, acts like a signpost telling your body where energy should go. And tonight, your body is reading every signpost clearly. In this quiet moment, energy is flowing toward recovery, not storage, toward strength, not stagnation, toward change, not resistance. This is the science of recomposition, calm, constant, and happening right now inside you. As your mind drifts deeper into the soft calm of the night, imagine the food you ate today still working inside you, not just nourishing your muscles, but shaping the way your body uses energy. One of the most overlooked aspects of recomposition is the thermic effect of food, often called TEF. It refers to the energy your body burns simply by digesting, absorbing, and processing the nutrients you consume. TEF is not equal across macronutrients. Protein has the highest thermic effect. Your body burns up to 20–30% of its calories just to digest it. Carbohydrates burn around 5–10%, and fats around 0–3%. When you consume a protein-rich meal, your body must work harder to break the amino acids down, transport them into cells, and use them to build new tissue. This added metabolic work increases your overall energy expenditure, making protein a powerful ally in fat loss. TEF also stabilizes blood sugar and reduces cravings, helping you maintain caloric balance throughout the day. But protein's benefits go deeper. When your TEF is high, your metabolism becomes more flexible, better at shifting between fuel sources depending on your needs. This flexibility supports both muscle growth and fat loss. Imagine your digestive system as a warm, glowing furnace. When you eat protein, the furnace burns hotter, contributing to your daily calorie expenditure without requiring additional effort. This is one reason high-protein diets consistently outperform others for body composition. Carbohydrates also play a role in TEF, especially when combined with fiber. High-fiber foods require more digestive effort and prolonged satiety. They slow glucose absorption, reduce blood sugar spikes, and create a more stable hormonal environment. Stable hormones mean fewer cravings, more consistent energy levels, and better control over caloric intake. Fat, while essential, has the lowest thermic effect. But consuming healthy fats, omega-3s, monounsaturated fats, improves hormonal balance, reduces inflammation, and supports cell membrane function. These benefits indirectly enhance your body's ability to burn fat and build muscle. Sleep interacts with TEF in subtle ways. When you rest deeply, your digestive system operates more efficiently and metabolism remains stable. Poor sleep, however, disrupts ghrelin and leptin, your hunger hormones, leading to increased appetite and reduced satiety the next day. Inadequate sleep also lowers TEF, making your body more likely to store energy rather than burn it. But tonight, your sleep is calm. Your hormones are stabilizing. Your metabolism is aligning itself with healing. Every nutrient you consume today is being processed according to your body's quiet wisdom. Protein is supporting repair. Carbohydrates are replenishing glycogen. Fats are stabilizing hormones. And TEF is raising your energy expenditure gently, silently, exactly as nature intended. Your transformation is not made by dramatic actions, but by small mechanisms working together across time. The thermic effect of food is one of those mechanisms, steady, subtle, and deeply supportive. And tonight, your body is using it perfectly. As your breath remains soft and measured, imagine water flowing gently through your body. Quiet streams, silent currents, nourishing every cell. Hydration is far more than simple fluid intake. It is a foundational pillar of muscle growth, fat loss, and cellular healing. Your body is nearly 60% water, and your muscles are closer to 75%. Without proper hydration, none of the processes we've explored, protein synthesis, fat oxidation, mitochondrial function, can occur optimally. When you drink enough water, your blood plasma remains fluid and efficient, allowing nutrients to travel smoothly to muscle tissue. Amino acids, glucose, electrolytes, and hormones depend on proper hydration to reach their target sites. Even slight dehydration, just 1 to 2% of body weight, can reduce endurance, decrease strength output, impair cognitive function, and increase cortisol. Hydration influences appetite as well. The body often confuses thirst for hunger, leading to overeating. Drinking consistently throughout the day supports stable hunger hormones, reduces cravings, and enhances the gut's ability to absorb nutrients efficiently. But water alone is not enough. Electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium, and chloride, are essential for muscle contraction, nerve function, fluid balance, and cellular energy production. Sodium helps maintain plasma volume and supports the electrical signals that allow muscles to contract. Potassium works inside the cells, balancing sodium's effects and enabling smooth, coordinated movement. Magnesium supports over 300 enzymatic reactions, including ATP production, the very energy currency your mitochondria rely on. When electrolytes are out of balance, fatigue increases, performance declines, and recovery slows. Inadequate sodium intake, for example, can cause dizziness, low energy, and reduced blood circulation. Too little potassium disrupts nerve firing and muscle contraction. As you relax deeper, picture electrolytes like tiny stars, sodium outside the cell, potassium inside, magnesium supporting them both. Together, they create the electrical environment that powers your movement, your metabolism, and your healing. Hydration also affects fat loss through thermogenesis. When your body is well hydrated, your metabolism operates at full efficiency. Blood circulation improves, oxygen delivery increases, and your cells burn more calories, converting nutrients into energy. Water helps the kidneys filter waste products, allowing the liver to focus on metabolizing fat instead of compensating for dehydration. Even the digestion of protein, already thermogenic, requires water to break down peptide bonds and transport amino acids. Sleep further enhances hydration balance. During the night, your body redistributes fluids, repairs tissues, and balances electrolytes. A well-hydrated body enters deeper sleep more easily, while dehydration increases nighttime heart rate and disrupts recovery. As your breath flows softly, Imagine water circulating through your veins, delivering nutrients to your muscles and carrying away the byproducts of energy production. Each sip you drink tomorrow will support what your body is healing tonight. Hydration is not just about quenching thirst. It is about fueling your transformation, cell by cell, breath by breath. As your body melts deeper into this quiet moment, imagine your circulatory system as a vast network of gentle rivers, arteries moving outward, veins returning inward, capillaries branching into the smallest corners of your muscles. This system delivers everything your body needs to grow and heal. Without proper circulation, neither muscle growth nor fat loss can unfold efficiently. Blood flow determines how quickly amino acids reach your muscles after a meal, how effectively oxygen fuels your mitochondria, and how swiftly waste products like carbon dioxide and metabolic byproducts are cleared. After training, increased blood flow accelerates recovery by delivering nutrients precisely where they are needed. Resistance exercise stimulates angiogenesis, the growth of new capillaries, expanding your body's ability to transport nutrients to active muscles. This means the more you train, the better your circulation becomes, creating a reinforcing loop. Training improves blood flow improves recovery improves training. Nitric oxide, a molecule produced in your blood vessels, plays a key role. It causes vasodilation, widening the vessels to increase blood flow. Foods rich in nitrates, such as leafy greens and beets, boost nitric oxide levels, enhancing endurance and nutrient delivery. During sleep, blood flow shifts inward, away from the skin, and into deeper tissues for healing. This redirection supports muscle protein synthesis, tissue repair, and inflammation reduction. It also increases fat oxidation by delivering fatty acids more efficiently to mitochondria. Imagine your blood carrying oxygen softly through every vessel, nourishing each cell with what it needs to repair and renew. Your heart beats more slowly at night, but more efficiently, pushing blood through rhythmic waves like a gentle tide. Circulation also affects insulin sensitivity. When blood vessels function well, glucose is transported more efficiently into muscle cells, reducing the likelihood of fat storage and supporting recomposition. Poor circulation, on the other hand, impairs nutrient delivery and slows metabolic processes, making fat loss more difficult. Another silent ally is lymphatic flow. The lymphatic system removes excess fluid and waste products, supporting immune function and reducing inflammation. Gentle movement, hydration, and deep breathing enhance lymphatic circulation. As your breath deepens now, your diaphragm moves like a pump, massaging your lymphatic vessels and promoting detoxification. Blood flow even influences sleep itself. Adequate circulation supports the brain's glymphatic system, which clears metabolic waste from neural tissue. This nighttime cleansing improves cognition, emotional regulation, and the neurological foundations of training and diet adherence. Everything is connected. Circulation nourishes your muscles, supports your metabolism, regulates hormones, and strengthens your recovery. As you drift deeper into stillness, imagine your entire circulatory network glowing subtly. Arteries carrying life outward, veins returning life inward, capillaries exchanging nutrients in quiet harmony. Your body is healing through every vessel, every pulse, every breath. Tonight, circulation is guiding your transformation from the inside out, As you continue to settle deeper into this peaceful state, imagine your metabolism as a gentle flame, sometimes burning fat, sometimes burning carbohydrates, always adjusting to your needs. This ability to switch seamlessly between fuel sources is called metabolic flexibility, and it is one of the most important qualities for anyone trying to build muscle and lose fat. When your metabolism is flexible, your body chooses the right fuel at the right time. During training, your muscles prefer carbohydrates for quick energy. During rest, especially at night, your body shifts naturally toward fat oxidation. This switch is not forced. It is a quiet, biological rhythm perfected through evolution. Insulin sensitivity plays a key role. When your muscle cells are sensitive to insulin, they absorb glucose efficiently after meals, refilling glycogen stores instead of shuttling excess energy into fat cells. Resistance training improves insulin sensitivity for up to 2 days, helping your body partition nutrients toward muscle growth. Fat oxidation increases when insulin is low, cortisol is stable, and your nervous system is calm, exactly the conditions you are entering right now. With each slow breath you take, your body shifts toward using stored fat for fuel. Mitochondria become more active, pulling fatty acids into their chambers for oxidation. A flexible metabolism also relies on a strong relationship between AMPK, adenosine monophosphate activated protein kinase, and mTOR. AMPK is activated during energy stress, fasting, cardio, or long-duration training, while mTOR is activated by mechanical tension and amino acids. These two pathways must balance each other. AMPK improves fat metabolism. mTOR builds muscle tissue. When your lifestyle includes regular training, consistent protein intake, balanced carbohydrates, and restorative sleep, your body learns to alternate between these pathways smoothly. Metabolic inflexibility, when your body struggles to switch fuels, is linked to poor sleep, high stress, low activity, and excessive processed food intake. It causes fatigue, cravings, and slower recomposition. But every healthy habit you practice today, hydration, movement, protein intake, smart carb timing, relaxation, is improving your metabolic flexibility right now. Imagine your metabolism adjusting calmly, like a flame flickering between fuels without effort. During your sleep, your body will continue shifting toward fat oxidation, using stored energy to support repair and recovery. And tomorrow, when you train, your muscles will use the glycogen restored from today's meals. This quiet, effortless switching is the foundation of long-term transformation. You are not forcing your body into change. You are teaching it how to move gracefully between energy states. Tonight, that grace is fully alive inside you. As your body drifts into an even deeper calm, imagine your transformation as a long, winding path, quiet, steady, and shaped by small choices repeated over time. Building muscle and losing fat is not driven by intensity alone. It is powered by consistency and structured progression. The most fundamental training principle for muscle growth is progressive overload, the gradual increase of mechanical stress placed on your muscles. This can come from adding weight, performing more reps, improving technique, slowing down tempo, or increasing training volume. But progressive overload does not require large jumps. Even small improvements create strong adaptation signals. Imagine lifting 1-2 pounds more than last week, or performing a single extra repetition. These tiny steps send a message to your muscles that they must grow stronger to handle future demands. Over time, these messages accumulate, shaping new muscle fibers and increasing lean tissue. Consistency extends beyond training. Your hormones, metabolism, and appetite signals respond best to predictable, steady routines. Regular sleep, balanced meals, hydration, and stress management. When these habits are consistent, your body becomes more efficient at partitioning nutrients toward muscle and away from fat storage. Consistency also improves neurological skill. Every time you practice a movement pattern, your brain strengthens the connections responsible for that motion. With each repetition, your nervous system becomes more coordinated, enabling you to lift heavier loads with better form. Sleep reinforces these patterns, helping your brain consolidate motor learning. Fat loss, too, relies on consistency. Daily caloric balance matters more than any single meal. High protein intake, smart carb timing, and regular movement create a metabolic environment where fat oxidation becomes natural. Even modest deficits, maintained consistently, lead to significant fat loss over weeks and months. Many people chase quick transformations, but the science shows that sustainable recomposition is built through repetition. Small, reliable actions that compound over time. As you inhale deeply, imagine each good habit as a stone placed on your path. A nourishing breakfast, a strong workout, an early bedtime, a mindful moment of calm. Each stone supports the next step. Nothing is wasted. Your body remembers every signal. Tonight, as muscle fibers repair and fat cells release stored energy, your progress continues. Not dramatically, not suddenly, but steadily. Exactly as biology intends. Your transformation is not a sprint. It is a gentle rhythm, strengthened by consistency and guided by patience. And right now, your body is perfectly aligned with that rhythm. As your breath rests in its slow, tranquil rhythm, picture your muscles as woven fabrics, dense, flexible, and detailed. When you train, especially with challenging resistance, you create tiny disruptions in these fibers. These microscopic tears, called microtears, are not injuries. They are biological invitations for growth. Without them, your muscles would have no reason to adapt. Microtears activate a complex cascade of healing responses. Immediately after training, immune cells migrate to the stressed fibers. Macrophages, specialized cells responsible for clearing debris, arrive first, gently removing damaged protein fragments. Their presence triggers the release of cytokines and growth factors, chemical messengers that tell the body it's time to rebuild. Satellite cells, the stem-like architects surrounding each fiber, respond to these signals. They awaken from dormancy, multiply, and fuse with existing muscle fibers, donating their nuclei. Each new nucleus increases the fiber's capacity to synthesize protein, making it stronger, thicker, and more resilient. This is why trained muscles contain more nuclei than untrained ones, and why these nuclei persist even during periods of detraining. Your muscles remember the work you've done. But microtear repair isn't only about the fibers themselves. The extracellular matrix, the supportive web surrounding each muscle cell, also restructures. Collagen fibers reorganize, capillaries proliferate, and mitochondrial density increases. These changes enhance not just strength, but endurance, recovery, and metabolic efficiency. Nutrition shapes how well your body handles microtears. Protein provides the building blocks for repair. Carbohydrates replenish glycogen, fueling the process. Fats support hormonal balance. Micronutrients like vitamin C, zinc, and magnesium play essential roles in collagen synthesis, enzyme activation, and inflammation control. Sleep amplifies everything. During deep sleep, growth hormone surges, accelerating protein synthesis and collagen remodeling. In this stillness, your body directs its energy inward, focusing on rebuilding what you broke down earlier in the day. Imagine now your muscle fibers lying in soft darkness, being repaired strand by strand. Each breath delivers oxygen. Each heartbeat brings nutrients. Each moment of rest deepens the repair. Microtears are the language your muscles use to communicate with your physiology. They are signals, not setbacks. And tonight, as you drift deeper into calm, your body is responding exactly the way it was designed to, repairing, strengthening, and preparing for tomorrow's growth. You are not merely recovering. You are rebuilding yourself from the inside out. As your mind softens and your muscles sink deeper into rest, imagine your fat cells not as stubborn obstacles, but as highly intelligent storage units, designed to protect you, nourish you, and sustain you. Fat cells, or adipocytes, are often misunderstood. They are not passive pockets of energy. They are dynamic endocrine organs, constantly communicating with your metabolism. Each adipocyte stores triglycerides, 3 fatty acids bound to a glycerol backbone. When insulin is high, such as after large meals, fat cells store excess energy. But when insulin declines, as it does during sleep, fasting periods, and after balanced meals, fat cells switch roles. They release fatty acids into the bloodstream, allowing your mitochondria to use them as fuel. This release is controlled by enzymes like hormone-sensitive lipase, HSL, and adipose triglyceride lipase, ATGL, which respond to hormonal signals. During calm states, when cortisol is low and adrenaline is stable, these enzymes become more active. This is why relaxation supports fat loss. It aligns hormonal signals with metabolic needs. Fat cells also communicate through hormones. Leptin, produced by adipose tissue, signals satiety and regulates long-term energy balance. Adiponectin, another hormone from fat cells, enhances insulin sensitivity, supports fat oxidation, and reduces inflammation. Higher adiponectin levels are strongly associated with better metabolic health and easier fat loss. When you sleep deeply, adiponectin rises while inflammatory markers fall. This balance improves your body's ability to use stored fat as energy. Training further enhances this relationship. Resistance exercise increases GLUT4 transporters in muscle cells, improving glucose uptake and reducing the energy routed into fat storage. Over time, your muscles become more metabolically active, increasing your daily calorie burn. As fat mass decreases, adipocytes shrink, but they become more efficient at releasing fatty acids and producing beneficial hormones. Imagine your fat cells now, quiet, responsive, releasing small streams of fatty acids into your bloodstream. These molecules drift to your muscles and liver, entering mitochondria where they are converted into ATP, fueling your body while you rest. This gentle flow is happening right now, aided by the calmness of your breath and the stillness of your mind. Fat cells are not your enemies. They are partners in your biology, designed to store and release energy according to your needs. When you nourish your body, train consistently, sleep deeply, and manage stress, your fat cells respond with clarity. They let go of stored energy. They communicate more effectively. They support your transformation. As you drift further into the night, your body is creating the conditions for fat loss, not through force, but through alignment. Your fat cells are doing what they were always meant to do: heal, adapt, and sustain your energy in perfect harmony with your metabolism. As your breath softens into a peaceful, unhurried rhythm, imagine your endocrine system as a constellation of quiet stars, each gland glowing softly, releasing signals that guide your metabolism, your muscle growth, your appetite, and your recovery. These hormones are not loud forces. They are gentle messengers moving through your bloodstream to align your physiology with your daily habits. Understanding them brings clarity to the transformation happening within you tonight. The thyroid gland, often called the body's metabolic engine, produces T3 and T4, hormones that regulate how quickly your cells burn energy. When your thyroid is functioning well, metabolic rate rises, energy is steady, and fat loss becomes more efficient. Even mild sleep disruption can affect thyroid function, lowering T3 levels and reducing metabolic speed. But deep rest, exactly what you're entering now, supports healthy thyroid output. Insulin, released by the pancreas, helps transport glucose into cells. In balanced amounts, insulin is anabolic. It aids muscle growth by shuttling nutrients into muscle tissue. But chronically elevated insulin from overeating or poor sleep encourages fat storage. Resistance training, balanced meals, adequate fiber, and nighttime fasting improve insulin sensitivity, allowing insulin to guide nutrients toward muscle instead of fat. Leptin and ghrelin regulate hunger. Leptin, produced by fat cells, signals fullness. Ghrelin, produced in the stomach, signals hunger. Sleep restores their balance. Ghrelin falls, leptin rises, reducing cravings and stabilizing appetite. That means the peaceful rest you're entering now is directly supporting both fat loss and muscle maintenance. Cortisol, released by the adrenal glands, follows a natural rhythm. High in the morning to wake you, low at night to allow recovery. Chronic stress disrupts this pattern, keeping cortisol elevated and slowing recomposition. But deep breathing, calming thoughts, and gentle relaxation lower cortisol, restoring the natural pattern your body depends on. Testosterone and growth hormone are crucial for muscle repair. Testosterone enhances protein synthesis and recovery. Growth hormone surges during deep sleep, stimulating tissue repair, fat oxidation, and collagen production. Both thrive in low-stress, high-rest environments. Even estrogen plays an important role. In men and women alike, estrogen supports joint health, bone strength, and metabolic function. Its balance is essential for recovery and long-term health. As you drift deeper into tranquility, imagine these hormones floating through your bloodstream like tiny lanterns, each carrying instructions that shape your transformation. They are responding to you, your training, your meals, your breath, your calm. Your endocrine system is not working against you. It is orchestrating your healing, aligning your metabolism with the choices you've made today. Tonight, these hormonal signals will guide your body toward deeper recovery, clearer nutrient partitioning, and smoother fat burning. With every gentle breath, you are supporting the endocrine harmony that shapes your physique from the inside out. As your body sinks further into stillness, imagine your muscles not as static tissue, but as living systems, always responding, adjusting, and learning. Training challenges them, but rest transforms them. Recovery days are often misunderstood. Many people view them as lost time, yet in reality, rest days are when your body performs the deepest work of recomposition. When you lift weights, you create microscopic tension and disruption. But when you rest, your body shifts fully into repair mode. Protein synthesis rises, glycogen stores replenish, satellite cells fuse with fibers, inflammation lowers, hormones stabilize. Your nervous system recovers from the high activation required for intense training. This recovery is essential for progressive overload. Without adequate rest, your muscles cannot adapt to higher demands. Training without rest is like writing over the same page until the ink smears. There's no clarity, no structure, no growth. Rest days also support fat loss. When you're not training, your body has greater capacity for fat oxidation, especially if insulin levels are stable. Low-intensity movement, like walking, stretching, or deep breathing, increases circulation and encourages fatty acids to enter mitochondria. Stress hormones fall, making the internal environment ideal for mobilizing stored energy. Your nervous system relies on rest to refine the coordination patterns you practice during training. When you sleep, your brain consolidates motor memory. When you relax during the day, your sympathetic system quiets, allowing your parasympathetic system to guide recovery. This balance is crucial for long-term progress. Rest also protects you from overtraining. Chronic fatigue, irritability, poor sleep, and stalled progress are signs that your body is overwhelmed. Adequate rest restores hormonal balance, reduces inflammation, and resets your capacity for high-quality training. Imagine now your muscles soaking in nutrients, like dry soil absorbing rain. Picture your mitochondria repairing themselves, increasing in number, becoming more efficient. Visualize your nervous system rewiring, strengthening its connections. Recovery is not passive, it is active healing. Every slow breath you take deepens this healing. Every moment of calm reinforces your body's ability to rebuild. You are not stepping away from progress on your rest days. You are stepping into the most powerful part of the transformation cycle. Tonight, as your eyes grow heavier and your muscles soften, recovery is becoming your strongest ally. Your body understands the rhythm of effort and rest. And right now, it is performing the quiet work that tomorrow's strength depends on. As your breath drifts into a deeper, soothing cadence, imagine each of your movements, every rep, every contraction, not simply as physical actions, but as conversations between your brain and your muscles. This relationship is known as the mind-muscle connection, and it is one of the most profound neurological tools for enhancing muscle growth and body recomposition. When you direct your attention toward the muscle you are training, your brain activates more motor units in that specific area. Neural firing becomes more efficient. The signal becomes clearer. This heightened awareness increases muscle fiber recruitment, especially in stubborn muscle groups that often fail to respond with casual training. Studies in neuromuscular science reveal that lifters who intentionally focus on the working muscle during an exercise experience greater hypertrophy than those who simply complete the movement. The reason lies in the brain's ability to amplify electrical impulses. Imagine your motor cortex sending messages through your spinal cord out into your peripheral nerves. When your focus deepens, these messages grow stronger. Muscles contract more fully. Tension becomes more controlled. Each fiber contributes more meaningfully to the rep. This neural engagement creates a richer stimulus, increasing the microtears that later lead to repair and growth. The mind-muscle connection also influences fat loss. Intention improves movement quality, which enhances energy expenditure and metabolic demand. Higher quality contractions require more ATP, stimulating mitochondrial activity. This increases the body's ability to oxidize fat after training. As you relax now, visualize the muscles you trained earlier today. See the fibers, like threads woven into soft fabric. Imagine your brain reconnecting with them, strengthening the neural pathways carved through repeated practice. The mind does not merely move the body, it sculpts it. Breathing slowly enhances this connection. With each inhale, tension softens. With each exhale, awareness deepens. The vagus nerve activates, calming your nervous system and improving focus. This state of parasympathetic calm reinforces your ability to control your movements during training, making each rep more intentional and effective. The mind-muscle connection continues even as you rest. While you sleep, your brain consolidates motor patterns, refining the neural maps that guide your technique. Every session becomes easier to execute. Every rep becomes cleaner. Your brain is polishing your mastery, even now as you lie in this calm, restorative moment. Your transformation is not just physical. It is neurological, emotional, and mindful. As your breath continues, feel the connection strengthening. Mind guiding muscle, muscle responding to mind. This quiet unity is part of what makes growth possible. Tonight, tomorrow, and for the long path ahead. As your body settles deeper into the warmth of rest, imagine intensity not as chaos or strain, but as a focused signal. A clean, powerful message that tells your muscles exactly how much they need to adapt. Training intensity is one of the most important drivers of muscle growth, and understanding it makes your entire fitness journey calmer and more predictable. Intensity refers to how close you are to failure during a set. When you approach the point where you can barely complete another repetition with good form, your body recruits its strongest muscle fibers, the high threshold motor units responsible for hypertrophy. These fibers activate only when necessary, and they require a powerful stimulus to engage. Research shows that working within 1 to 3 reps of failure produces the most effective growth signal. This range strikes a balance, strong enough to activate deep muscle fibers, but controlled enough to avoid excessive fatigue or overtraining. Picture yourself performing a set of squats or presses. The first few reps feel smooth. Then the weight grows heavier. Your breathing deepens. By the final rep, your muscles tremble slightly, signaling that the threshold has been reached. This is the moment when the growth message becomes loudest. Intensity shapes fat loss as well. High-effort resistance training increases post-exercise oxygen consumption, EPOC, meaning your body burns more calories for hours after the session. This afterburn effect raises metabolic rate, supporting fat oxidation even as you rest. But high intensity must be balanced with adequate recovery. Too much intensity without rest elevates cortisol, weakens the immune system, and slows muscle repair. The body thrives on contrast, effort followed by calm, strain followed by softness. Right now, you are in the softness, the calm, the recovery. As your breath deepens, your nervous system shifts into a parasympathetic state, lowering cortisol and improving blood flow to your muscles. This environment is perfect for healing the micro tears caused by high-intensity sets. Intensity also teaches your body emotional resilience. When you train near your limits, you learn to stay calm under pressure. This psychological skill carries over into daily life, an internal steadiness that comes from challenging your boundaries intentionally. Tonight, as you rest, your body is integrating the signals from every intense rep. Your muscles are learning, your endocrine system is responding, your metabolism is adjusting. Intensity, when used wisely, is not stressful, it is transformative. And paired with rest, it becomes a powerful catalyst for long-term recomposition. As you sink deeper into stillness, feel the contrast working in your favor. Effort meeting rest, challenge meeting calm, stimulus meeting recovery. Your body understands this balance intuitively, and tonight, it is healing towards strength. As your breathing continues in soft, unbroken waves, imagine tiny sparks glowing within every cell of your body. These sparks are your mitochondria, the quiet engines of your metabolism. They convert nutrients into usable energy, support muscular endurance, and play a central role in fat burning. Understanding their function helps you appreciate the transformation happening inside you tonight. Mitochondria perform a process called oxidative phosphorylation, where they convert glucose, fatty acids, and amino acids into ATP, the energy currency your cells use. During low-intensity activity and rest, mitochondria prefer fatty acids. During high-intensity training, they utilize carbohydrates more efficiently. This adaptability is the foundation of metabolic flexibility. Resistance training increases mitochondrial density, especially in type 1 and type A muscle fibers. More mitochondria mean more energy production, faster recovery, and improved endurance. Even though resistance training is often associated with hypertrophy, it also improves mitochondrial function, helping your body burn more fat throughout the day. Cardiovascular exercise expands mitochondrial networks even further by increasing their size and number. This adaptation enhances your muscles' ability to sustain effort, making your strength sessions feel smoother and more controlled. Your mitochondria also respond to nutrition. Omega-3 fats support mitochondrial membranes. Antioxidants protect them from oxidative stress. Carbohydrates replenish glycogen, their quick-access fuel. Protein provides amino acids needed for mitochondrial enzymes. Sleep is where mitochondria rejuvenate most deeply. During deep sleep, your cells repair oxidative damage and undergo mitophagy, the removal of old or damaged mitochondria. This makes room for healthier, more efficient ones. As you rest tonight, your body is cleaning, renewing, and reorganizing its energy systems. Imagine your mitochondria glowing softly, like lanterns in a vast nighttime landscape. Each one is fueling your recovery, powering your breathing, and supporting your transformation. The calmness you feel now enhances mitochondrial efficiency. Low stress improves oxygen delivery, and slow breathing increases parasympathetic tone. Your mitochondria are working in silence, turning stored fat into energy. powering cellular repair and preparing you for tomorrow's training. As you sink deeper into stillness, those tiny engines hum gently, sustaining you with steady, healing energy. Your transformation is unfolding at the cellular level, breath by breath, spark by spark. As your body continues melting into a warm, comforting heaviness, imagine your calorie intake not as a rigid number, but as a rhythm, rising and falling with purpose. This approach is known as caloric cycling, and it can support both muscle growth and fat loss when done with intention. Caloric cycling allows your body to experience periods of slightly higher intake and slightly lower intake, aligning with your training schedule and energy needs. On training days, eating more calories, especially carbohydrates, supports performance, increases glycogen replenishment, and enhances muscle protein synthesis. On rest days, eating slightly fewer calories encourages fat oxidation while still allowing recovery. This rhythm prevents your metabolism from adapting too quickly. Constant caloric deficits can slow metabolic rate, increase hunger hormones, and reduce training quality. But cycling between high and moderate intake days maintains performance while still supporting fat loss over time. Macronutrient distribution changes during caloric cycling as well. On higher calorie days, you increase carbohydrates to fuel training and support recovery. Protein remains consistent across all days to maintain muscle protein synthesis. Fat may decrease slightly on higher carb days to keep total calories balanced. On lower calorie days, protein still remains high. Carbohydrates decrease moderately, and healthy fats rise slightly to maintain hormonal stability. Imagine your intake like ocean tides, coming in with strength on training days, receding gently on rest days. This natural ebb and flow aligns with your physiology, keeping your metabolism responsive and flexible. Caloric cycling also supports adherence. Many people find it easier to maintain long-term consistency when they can enjoy larger meals on training days. This psychological relief decreases the sense of restriction often associated with fat loss diets. Hormones respond positively to caloric cycling as well. Leptin increases slightly after higher calorie days, improving metabolic rate and reducing hunger on lower calorie days. Insulin sensitivity improves when carbohydrate intake varies, especially when paired with consistent resistance training. As you relax now, imagine tomorrow rising like a high-calorie day, energetic, strong, supportive of performance. And imagine the next rest day falling like a gentle wave, lighter, calmer, inviting your body to release stored fat. This rhythm is not forced. It is intuitive, aligned with your body's needs. And tonight, your metabolism is preparing for both phases, storing glycogen efficiently, burning fat calmly, and guiding your transformation with a steady, intelligent flow. You are learning not just how to eat, but how to nourish yourself in harmony with your physiology. Your breath is slow, your mind is soft, and your body is ready to continue this rhythm tomorrow. As your breath eases into an even slower, calmer rhythm, imagine small reservoirs of energy tucked quietly inside your muscles, soft, invisible storage tanks made of glucose molecules linked together. This precious resource is called glycogen, and it plays a powerful role in your body's ability to build muscle, burn fat, and perform at high intensity. Glycogen is your primary fuel during strength training, sprinting, and other intense efforts. When you lift weights, your muscles break apart glycogen molecules into glucose, feeding the rapid ATP production needed for strong contractions. Without adequate glycogen, performance declines. Weights feel heavier, reps feel harder, and fatigue sets in too quickly. But glycogen does much more than fuel workouts. It also shapes your physique. Muscles filled with glycogen appear fuller, denser, and more defined because stored glycogen pulls water into the muscle cell. This process increases muscle volume and improves cellular hydration, which enhances protein synthesis and reduces muscle breakdown. Carbohydrates are the key to replenishing glycogen. After training, your muscles are more insulin sensitive, meaning they absorb glucose more efficiently. This is one reason the post-workout meal, whether a shake or a balanced whole food meal, is so helpful for recovery. Glycogen also interacts directly with fat loss. When glycogen levels fall, your body shifts toward burning more fat at rest. This is why strategic carbohydrate timing, not low-carb extremes, supports recomposition. You fuel training when your body needs power, and you enhance fat oxidation during periods of rest and sleep. But here in the quiet of the night, something else is happening. As you relax, your muscles are slowly refilling their glycogen stores from the carbohydrates you ate earlier. Your liver is stabilizing your blood glucose. Your insulin levels are low and steady, encouraging fat cells to release stored energy. Sleep enhances glycogen restoration. Deep sleep activates parasympathetic pathways that improve glucose uptake, restore muscle energy, and prepare your body for new challenges the next day. Even now, your cells are quietly storing energy for tomorrow's strength. Imagine each muscle fiber like a small reservoir filling with light, steady, warm, patient. These reservoirs will fuel tomorrow's training, enhance your performance, and support the microtears that lead to growth. You are not losing progress in your sleep. You are charging your internal batteries. Glycogen is the bridge between energy and endurance, strength and recovery, performance and healing. And right now, that bridge is being rebuilt gently, silently, perfectly. As your body drifts deeper into a soothing heaviness, imagine your entire transformation, not as isolated habits, not as scattered techniques, but as a single interconnected system. This system is called body recomposition, and it involves every cell, every hormone, every breath working together toward building muscle and losing fat simultaneously. Recomposition happens when your body receives clear, consistent signals. Train with intention, tells your muscles to grow, eat with purpose, provides the raw materials. Sleep deeply allows recovery and hormonal balance. Manage stress, clears the pathway for fat loss and tissue repair. Stay hydrated, supports nutrient delivery and metabolic reactions. Use calories wisely, ensures energy goes where it's needed. Each of these signals works like a thread. Alone, they are helpful. Together, they create the fabric of change. Muscle growth requires tension, protein, and recovery. Fat loss requires caloric balance, insulin control, and metabolic flexibility. Both pathways rely on your endocrine system, your nervous system, your digestive health, and your mitochondrial function. You are not choosing between building muscle or losing fat. You are training your body to become more efficient, more deliberate with energy, more responsive to nutrients, more stable in its hormones. Think of recomposition as a gentle cycle. You train, your muscles signal repair. You eat. Your nutrients support rebuilding. You rest. Your cells heal and reorganize. You move again. Your fibers strengthen. Your metabolism resets. This rhythm repeats daily, shaping your physiology with quiet consistency. Recomposition is not dramatic. It is intelligent. It happens through subtle improvements in nutrient partitioning, mitochondrial efficiency, appetite regulation, and hormonal alignment. The process is almost invisible, yet its effects accumulate slowly, undeniably. Right now, this moment, this breath, is part of the system. Your cortisol is falling. Your growth hormone is rising. Your fat cells are releasing energy. Your muscles are repairing microtears. Your mitochondria are restoring ATP. Your appetite hormones are balancing themselves. Your nervous system is unwinding from the day's strain. Everything within you is aligning toward the direction you set. The transformation you seek does not depend on perfection. It depends on harmony. And tonight, you are in perfect harmony with your biology. Rest, breathe, and allow the unified system of recomposition to continue its quiet work. You are becoming stronger, leaner, calmer, and more healed with every passing minute. As your breath settles into an effortless rhythm, imagine motivation not as a sudden spark, but as a soft current flowing through your brain, a current shaped by chemistry, habit, and gentle repetition. The driving force behind this current is dopamine, a neurotransmitter that guides your desire to pursue goals, learn new skills, and stay consistent on your journey to build muscle and lose fat. Dopamine is often misunderstood. It is not the chemical of pleasure. It is the chemical of anticipation. It rises when you move toward a meaningful goal, not when you achieve it. This means your transformation is fueled not by perfection, but by progress. Every time you train, eat intentionally, drink water, or choose rest, your brain releases a small pulse of dopamine. These pulses reinforce the behavior, strengthening neural pathways that turn actions into habits. Over time, the repeated pairing of effort and reward builds a stable foundation of discipline. Motivation becomes less about emotion and more about identity. I am someone who trains. I am someone who nourishes myself. I am someone who rests when needed. This identity-driven motivation is resilient. It survives tired days, busy days, and stressful days. It persists even when feelings fluctuate. Dopamine also interacts with other neurochemicals. Serotonin brings calm and satisfaction. Endorphins reduce discomfort during training. Norepinephrine sharpens focus. When these chemicals operate in harmony, discipline becomes natural, a steady rhythm instead of a battle. The key is creating environments and routines that support dopamine's gentle cycles. Small wins: completing a workout, preparing a meal, drinking water. Predictable cues: going to the gym at the same time, laying out clothes the night before. Intrinsic focus: valuing the feeling of energy, strength, and self-respect more than external outcomes. Sleep enhances dopamine sensitivity. When you are well rested, the dopamine receptors in your brain respond more clearly, making your habits easier to maintain. Poor sleep, in contrast, blunts this sensitivity and increases cravings for quick rewards like sugar or comfort foods. As you breathe softly now, your dopamine system is resetting, preparing you for another day of steady progress. Imagine the motivational circuits in your brain glowing gently, their pathways strengthening, their signals clearing. Your transformation is not driven by extreme motivation. It is driven by small, consistent dopamine pulses that reward every step forward. Discipline is not force. It is biology, patiently shaped over time. Right now, your brain is preparing you for tomorrow's success, quietly, gently, effortlessly, as your body drifts further into warmth and heaviness. Imagine your fitness journey not as a temporary project, but as a long, peaceful relationship with your body. Sustainable transformation is less about intensity and more about rhythm, balance, and healing. Long-term success comes from building a lifestyle that supports growth without burnout. A sustainable training lifestyle relies on 3 pillars: structure, flexibility, and compassion. Structure provides stability. Training on consistent days, planning meals, prioritizing hydration, and honoring sleep all give your body predictable patterns. Predictability allows your hormones, appetite, and energy systems to align naturally. Structure removes decision fatigue, making consistency effortless. Flexibility prevents rigidity. Some days will be heavy lifting days, high energy days, days where your body feels powerful. Others will be lighter, days for stretching, walking, or rest. Sustainable training honors these fluctuations. It recognizes that recovery is not weakness, but wisdom. Compassion is the secret pillar. Many people fail not because of lack of effort, but because they treat themselves harshly. Compassion allows you to adapt without guilt, to rest without fear, to continue moving forward even after imperfect days. This reduces stress, lowers cortisol, and improves long-term adherence, making compassion not just emotional, but biological. Sustainability also means listening to your body. Your joints, tendons, and nervous system have their own rhythms. Strength training increases mechanical load, and your tissues need time to adapt. Gradual progression prevents injury and supports longevity. Your nutrition should also be sustainable. A diet that feels restrictive becomes temporary. But a diet centered on whole foods, high protein, balanced carbohydrates, and enjoyable meals becomes a lifestyle, energizing you rather than exhausting you. Sustainable fat loss happens slowly. The body prefers gradual change. Slow fat loss preserves muscle, stabilizes hormones, and supports psychological well-being. Fast fat loss often leads to rebound weight gain, metabolic slowdown, and heightened cravings. Sustainable muscle gain is also slow. Muscle tissue grows gradually, fiber by fiber, nucleus by nucleus. Trying to force the process leads to burnout or injury. Respecting the pace of your biology ensures steady progress that continues for years. Imagine your journey like a long, scenic trail. You do not sprint the entire path. You walk, breathe, rest, observe, and continue. The pace is steady, the scenery changes slowly, and each step carries meaning. Right now, as you lie in this calm, sleepy stillness, your long-term transformation is strengthening. Your nervous system is recovering. Your endocrine system is balancing. Your tissues are healing. Everything you are doing tonight, breathing softly, resting deeply, allowing yourself to sink into peace, is part of the sustainable lifestyle that will shape your physique over the months and years ahead. You are not chasing a short-term change. You are building a long-term relationship with your health, your strength, and your healing. As your breath becomes even softer floating gently in and out like waves in the dark. Imagine your body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm, quietly coordinating every system within you. This ancient timing mechanism determines when you feel alert, when you feel tired, and even how efficiently your body absorbs nutrients. When you align your eating schedule with this biological clock, your ability to build muscle and lose fat becomes smoother, easier, and more intuitive. Your body responds differently to nutrients depending on the time of day. In the morning, cortisol naturally rises to wake you, and insulin sensitivity is higher, meaning your cells are more receptive to glucose. A balanced breakfast, rich in protein, moderate in carbs, supports stable energy, reduces cravings, and sets the foundation for metabolic control throughout the day. As the day progresses, your muscles become more insulin sensitive after movement. This is where nutrient timing becomes powerful. Eating your largest carb-dense meals around training, pre-workout and post-workout, ensures that glucose is used for fuel and recovery rather than stored as fat. This strategy improves energy during training and maximizes glycogen replenishment afterward. Protein timing is equally important. Muscle protein synthesis rises after each protein-rich meal, meaning consistent protein feedings every 3-4 hours support steady repair and growth. Your muscles rely on these rhythmic pulses of amino acids, especially after training sessions. Nighttime nutrition holds unique power as well. Before sleep, slow digesting proteins like casein or cottage cheese provide a gentle, continuous release of amino acids throughout the night. This reduces muscle breakdown and supports healing during deep sleep. But nutrient timing is more than the meals surrounding your workout. It is the art of aligning your energy intake with your body's natural rhythms. Eating earlier in the day supports stable appetite hormones. Eating too late disrupts circadian rhythm and increases fat storage. Balanced meals at consistent times reduce stress on the digestive system. Evening protein supports anabolic repair. As you rest now, imagine your circadian rhythm as a glowing clock inside your chest. Steady, rhythmic, ancient. Your body is processing nutrients from the day, directing them with precision. Carbohydrates to glycogen, protein to muscle repair, fats to hormonal balance. Everything is being absorbed according to the timing signals you've given your body today. And tonight, your internal clock is resetting, preparing you for another cycle of nourishment, training, and growth. Healing is rhythmic, nutrition is rhythmic, and your breath, slow and peaceful, is part of that rhythm. As your body melts further into stillness, imagine your day as a quiet sequence of steps, repeated, refined, familiar. These steps form your routine, the invisible architecture that shapes both your body and your mind. While motivation comes and goes, routine is the force that carries you forward on the hardest days. It transforms your goals from intentions into inevitabilities. A powerful routine does not demand perfection. It demands consistency. Your body thrives on predictable patterns. Waking at similar times stabilizes cortisol and improves energy. Training at consistent hours enhances neuromuscular coordination. Eating meals at regular intervals stabilizes blood sugar and appetite. Sleeping on a schedule improves hormonal balance and recovery. Routine also reduces decision fatigue. the mental exhaustion caused by too many choices. When your habits become automated, your meals prepared, your workout clothes ready, your gym time set, you preserve mental energy for the moments that truly require focus. Neuroscience shows that routines strengthen the basal ganglia, the part of the brain responsible for habit formation. Each repetition engraves the pattern deeper, making the behavior more automatic. Soon, going to the gym or preparing a high-protein meal feels natural, not forced. Routine also brings emotional calm. When your day is structured, your nervous system relaxes. Anxiety decreases. Cortisol stabilizes. The mind becomes quieter, more focused, more resilient. This emotional stability improves your training quality, your diet adherence, and your ability to rest deeply at night. Your physique is shaped just as much by your environment as by your effort. A well-designed routine creates an environment where success becomes the default outcome. Imagine your routine as a gentle current guiding you through each day. Not pushing, not forcing, simply guiding. A morning walk to clear your mind. A balanced breakfast rich in protein. A training session fueled by consistency. A calm evening meal. A relaxing nighttime wind-down ritual, like the quiet breathing you're doing right now. These simple steps compound over months, carving out strength, health, and peace in your life. Even tonight, as you drift deeper into recovery, your routine continues working for you. Your circadian rhythm is steady. Your hormones are aligning. Your energy systems are recalibrating. Your routine is your foundation, the quiet structure that supports growth even when you rest. You are not relying on motivation. You are relying on rhythm. And that rhythm is carrying you, breath by gentle breath, toward the body and the peace you're building each day. As your breath softens into a quiet drifting flow, imagine your body as a wise narrator, constantly sending gentle signals, subtle whispers, and sensations designed to guide your training, your nutrition, and your healing. This internal feedback system is made of hormones, nerves, emotions, and physiological cues, all working together to help you understand exactly what your body needs. Learning to listen to these signals is one of the deepest skills in body recomposition. Your body has three primary types of feedback: physical, emotional, and metabolic. Each one offers information that can shape your progress. Physical signals arise during training: the burn of lactic acid, the tension of a good contraction, the difference between productive discomfort and dangerous pain. As you gain experience, these signals become easier to interpret. You learn when to push harder and when to ease off. You learn the subtle feeling of a muscle being trained correctly, the warmth, the pump, the fatigue. Emotional signals emerge from your nervous system: stress, anticipation, calmness, or mental fatigue. Emotional heaviness may indicate the need for deloads or rest days. Emotional energy may indicate readiness for intensity. Cortisol, adrenaline, and dopamine weave these emotional states together. Listening to them prevents burnout and enhances consistency. Metabolic signals guide your nutrition. Hunger cues, cravings, fullness, and fluctuations in energy all reveal how effectively your diet is supporting you. Sudden cravings for sugar may mean inadequate sleep. Constant hunger may reflect low protein or low fiber intake. Afternoon fatigue may come from poor hydration. Every whisper from your metabolism is a clue. Self-awareness turns your transformation from guesswork into precision. When you listen to your body, you stop forcing change and begin guiding it. You learn the difference between emotional appetite and true hunger. You recognize when your joints need rest. You understand when your muscles are primed for overload. Right now, in this quiet moment, your self-awareness is deepening. Your mind is becoming more attuned to your body's rhythms. The stress of the day is fading, revealing the subtle signals beneath. Your breath, slow and gentle, is reconnecting you with your body's inner dialogue. Sleep enhances self-awareness. When you wake well-rested, your hormonal signals are clearer. Ghrelin and leptin communicate accurately. Insulin sensitivity is higher. Cortisol follows its natural rhythm. Emotional clarity returns. Imagine your body speaking to you in soft waves. This food energizes me. This movement feels right. This rest is necessary. This effort is enough. Your internal signals are not obstacles. They are guides. They are here to support your healing, your growth, your transformation. And tonight, as you sink deeper into stillness, you are learning to hear them more clearly than ever. As your eyelids grow heavy and the night wraps around you like a warm blanket, imagine your future self standing gently ahead of you, stronger, calmer, more confident, and deeply connected to your body. This final chapter is not an ending. It is a beginning. The journey you are on is not merely about building muscle or losing fat. It is about healing, alignment, and discovering a peaceful rhythm within your own biology. Your future self is shaped by the choices you make daily. Your meals, your breaths, your rest, your training, your compassion. Every chapter leading to this point has shown that transformation is a harmony of small signals. Muscle grows through tension and recovery. Fat is released through hormonal balance and metabolic calm. Energy flows through mitochondria, circulation, hydration, and breath. Your mind, too, plays a role. Dopamine shaping habits, routines setting the stage, self-awareness guiding your steps. Picture your future self as a reflection in still water, leaner, stronger, with a mind that feels restful and steady. This version of you wasn't created overnight. It was built through nights like this one, nights of deep sleep, nights of emotional letting go, nights where your body quietly reorganizes itself toward health. Your path forward is guided by 6 truths. 1. Healing is continuous. Your muscles repair even as you sleep. Your cells renew. Your hormones balance. Every night is part of your transformation. 2. Small choices compound. A single workout is a spark. A single meal is nourishment. A single peaceful breath is regulation. But repeated over time, these become identity. 3. Rest is productive. Your body grows in stillness. Your metabolism resets. Your mind recalibrates. Recovery is not the pause between progress. It is progress. 4. Consistency is stronger than intensity. Long-term change is built by sustainable habits, not extreme bursts. Gentle, steady effort reshapes you from the inside out. 5. Your body is your partner. It listens, adapts, and responds to every signal. Treat it with patience, and it will reward you with strength and vitality. 6. You are already becoming that future self, not through force, but through alignment, through understanding, through peace. Feel your breath right now, in and out, like the tide of an ocean you are floating on. Feel your muscles softening under the weight of calm. Feel your mind drifting gently, leaving space for your body to heal. Your recomposition journey is not a battle. It is a conversation between effort and rest, training and sleep, nourishment and breath. And this moment, this quiet, peaceful moment, is part of that conversation. Let the night carry you into recovery. Let sleep become your catalyst. Let your future self step forward, quietly, gently, steadily. You are healing. You are transforming. You are becoming. As your breath slows and your body becomes weightless in the quiet of this moment, let everything you've learned tonight settle gently inside you. Your muscles are healing. Your hormones are balancing. Your metabolism is calming. And your whole being is drifting into a deeper state of rest. You don't need to hold anything now. Not a single thought. Not a single worry. Not a single effort. Your body knows exactly what to do. Tonight, it will repair every fiber, steady every signal, and release every tension you no longer need. You've done enough. You've learned enough. You are enough. So now, just breathe, softly, slowly, peacefully, and allow yourself to drift. You are safe now. Drift away. Drift away. Let your mind sink into the quiet space between thoughts, and let sleep take you gently, like a tide pulling you into its warm, silent depths. You are safe now. Drift away. Drift away.